Hey, this is Jansport J, and I'm a reporter today for LA Stereo TV and TakingYouOver.com, my two favorite sites in the whole wide world. And on top of that, I'm here with a West Covina legend, Trek Life, and I get to interview him and ask him questions. So I'm just going to start asking you questions if that's cool with you.
That's fine by me. I mean, the whole cove is coming up to the top, so let's do it.
All right, let's do it. I'm on my Drake shit today, too, so I'm going to pull out the BlackBerry.
Oh, word.
Yo, what made you enter the music world?
Just trying to be really cool and girls, money, fat gold chains that I saw Big Daddy Kane wear, Biz Markie singing and being kind of like not very good looking but still singing to women. I think all of that actually made me enter. And later on, just kind of growing up and deciding to be a father and feed my daughter.
So yeah, rap is a sport for ugly niggas. So I agree with you. So you know, you kind of got started in the early 2000s. You know, getting your hustle up and stuff like that. I mean, how'd you link up with Evidence and Redmatic?
It was through Babu. Babu was DJing the Showtime battle that I was in. And after I lost that battle, he still came up to me and said, "Yo, I got to do a song with you." We did a song. He found out, you know, that I was actually professional and that I knew what I was doing in the studio. He told Rhett. I worked with Rhett. He told Ev, and the word just kind of spread from there. We ended up working. I also ended up working with Khalil under the same kind of like the whole premise actually got me all four producers at the same time. So
That's what's up. That's a great start. So even from there, you know, you started working with the homie J Business, who you did Rhymes Within Reason with, and then also Odyssey. So like, if you got, you know, kind of explain how those two collaborations came up.
with J Biz was actually before everybody. It was Spontaneous. I was working with Spontaneous, and J Biz was working with a crew from the 909 called Cobra Kai. And Bombay was the lead producer for that, and Biz just hit me up when he was working for Bobcat. He was like, "Yo, I got a studio, I got beats. I'm gonna send you some beats and let's go." So he sent me some beats, and the title or not the title track, the opening track on Price I Paid was one of the first beats he sent me, and I wrote to that joint like immediately. I wrote to it in the studio, and from there it's like our working relationship is like never stopped. You know what I'm saying? He's a great producer, also a great MC, and he kind of knows his way around his equipment and knows his way around the studio. With Odyssey. It was through my man Brub. Odyssey was on the West Coast for the tour with J Live, and they were doing a show at House of Blues. And he was like, "Yo, I want to work with a West Coast MC." And Brub and Redmatic and Babu and a couple other people had told him about me. So we met up and we decided like we were going to do a trial run to where I booked a tour in the U.S. and he booked a tour in Europe. And we both accomplished that. And at that point, we like became good friends because we actually had kind of like-minded views on like the way music should be done, put out, produced in the whole nine, and from that point on, we just kind of took off.
That's what's up. That's good to hear. Like minds. What's the meaning behind the album you got coming out with Odyssey? Everything Changed Nothing. Like that's pretty deep. Like, what are you trying to say with that?
The initial view came from, I think my daughter was like 7 or 8 months old, and I'm kind of like feeling that. You know, for a father, I think a daughter is like the amazing over-the-top type of love. Like, you can't imagine wanting to protect someone more and just kind of like, you know, I just couldn't imagine like more of a powerful type of love for any individual at any given time. So she's like my everything, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm getting phone calls from bill collectors and trying to make sure I got money for her. Like, you know, everything changes nothing in the world. It could be everything to you, but the rest of the world still goes on. The title just came from that spot, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And on the title track, I covered 3 circumstances that kind of worked with the everything changed nothing ideology, you know what I'm saying?
That's real. And then on top of that, you know, I noticed that this album that you're actually selling it, you're on Mellow Music Group, I believe, putting it out through there. And this climate where people don't really buy music, like what's motivating you to kind of to buck the trend, to actually put a value on your music and kind of go against the grain and say, yo, like, I'm selling this. Like, why should people buy this album, really?
Well, first of all, the only reason you should buy anything is because it's good. Like, I take a lot of time to make sure that the records I make are very quality. I don't write, you know, I can write rhymes in 5-10 minutes if I want to, but if something takes me days to write, that's the amount of time I'm going to take with it, because I want the audience to really get the full perspective that I want to give off when I put out a record. And then, you know, on top of that, man, we give away a lot of free shit. Like, Rhymes Within Reason is free, Before Everything Changed is free, Odyssey, West Coast Beats is free. It's like, buy something. Goddamn. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, at some point, you got to pay for something, right? So I just try to give you 100% of me, so cop it.
That's what's up. So my man Trek is known as being a very conscious MC. You know, he's probably this. Everybody that raps pretty good in the industry probably knows who this dude is and has a lot of respect for him. But on the flip side, I want to ask you just personally, like, what's a guilty pleasure rapper? Like, what rapper do you like that most people like? Yo, Trek Life likes that dude. Like really? Like this backpacker type nigga likes him? Like who would you say?
Wow, golly, there's like a dozen of them. I'm not particularly mad at Soldier Boy. I think that when you make songs that make people dance, that's appropriate because as a grown man, shout out to my girl, by the way, when I was single, I liked to see women move a certain way in clubs.
It's the best.
It's awesome.
Harlotry.
If certain backpack songs didn't make such movements happen, then they were not appropriate for the environment. So I'm more or less happy when people make songs that make women move because I feel like for the younger generation, they need to see that type of movement. Also, if you go back, I'm an MC Hammer fan. Come on. Who could front on MC Hammer?
I had a hammer doll.
Come on, yo. You know what I'm saying? He did Popcorn Chicken. He did just about everything you could possibly do. So every once in a while, you know what I'm saying, I bust out Here Comes the Hammer, and I'm like, uh-oh. You know what I'm saying?
Here come the hammer. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
What's going on? So it's like that.
That's crazy. All right. Last question. You go on tour a lot, Europe and the States. Give us a crazy tour story.
All right. Give you two. One, Groningen, Holland. They ride bikes. That's their thing. You know what I'm saying? But nobody really pays for a bike. At about our age, at least, they steal them. Or they buy them from Basehead. So we just copped some bikes from some Baseheads, me and Odyssey, and we decided to ride along the little lake thing that was going on, right? So I paid €10 for my bike. He paid 5. My bike ended up being pink with no light. His bike had a light and was fully working and functional and looked very manly. So I'm riding this pink punk-ass bike with no light up the block. And he's like, yo, let's do like this scary story on the camera because we was like filming the whole tour at the time, right? So look, I'm like looking back and it's like a dark figure in the background. And I'm like, yo, there's somebody out here, yo. This shit is kind of weird. Like, yo, you got to turn, ride the bike so the light comes on. He like, yo, no, dog, you stupid, man. Quit front, quit being a punk. Yo, it's nobody out here. I'm like, yo, it's somebody out here. So finally, he goes back. He's like, yo, we're going to do the story. We're going to film it. And then I'm going to ride by and we're going to act like a ghost roll by. And I turned around and somebody like threw something. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you? So finally, I'm like, yo, what are you? And this dude in darkness is like, I'm a man. It's like, yo, what the fuck? Who answers like that? Like, is it? And it was like this dude in the pure darkness. It's like no lights nowhere. He's like just fetching with his dog in the darkness. So we was like, yo. Finally, we like kind of get a light on him and shit, and we find out he's actually human. And we like, yo, where else should we go? We've been riding around the city. He's like, what you should do is you should go here, make a U-turn, and go back where you came from. And we was like, yo, we just ran into the racist, evil swamp monster creature right now who told the niggas to go home. You know what I'm saying? That's one. Now, two, we was in, I won't say the city or the promoter because I don't want to put him on blast because I want people to still go there. So my man, we get this show, last minute show, last tour with Diamond District. He got a full Sprite, 2-liter Sprite bottle, no mixture, full of vodka, the whole show. When it was empty, he filled it right back up. He's like, yo, can you go to the club with us and hang out with us? Nah, dog, we got to get up in 2 hours. We sleepy. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's like, nah, we're going to go to the club and, excuse the language, y'all. We're going to go to the club and eat pussy. Yo, who does that at the club? What club are you talking about right now, yo? Nobody wants to go to that club, dog. Dude was so faded that eventually my man, like, threatened him with a butter knife, and we had to kick him out of the hotel room. It was insane, yo.
So there you have it. You want to stay away from fake goes who are racist and pussy-eating club promoters. Trek Life, Jansport J, LA Stereo TV, TakingYouOver.com. We signing out.
Hey, yo, what it is, y'all, my name is Trek Life, brilliant, magnificent, and all the big words y'all can add to me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm live right here on TakingYouOver.com and LAStereo.tv. And if y'all want to run with me or be anywhere near cool, y'all need to check out both of those sites. And if not, y'all fucking up and y'all look stupid. It's like that, y'all. Trek Life. Peace.